Court orders the reinstatement of Lagos Assembly Clerk. You are welcome to this channel. Make sure you subscribe. Don't forget to like. Always give us your thumbs up and share some of our stuffs and all of our stuffs on this channel. Keep coming. Stay tuned for news in Nigeria and across. Court orders reinstatement of Lagos Assembly Clerk. That is what is in the news today. The National Industrial Court in Lagos has issued an order reinstating Olalekan Onofeko, the dismissed clerk of the Lagos State House of Assembly. The ruling came after Onofeko filed an ex parte application through his legal counsel, Yusuf Nuruddin, in a case against the Lagos State Government, the Lagos State Civil Service Commission, the Lagos State House of Assembly Service Commission, the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, the Attorney General of Lagos State, and Mr. Babatunde Otun. Onofeko held the position of clerk until January 13, when Honorable Mudashiru Ajayi Obasa was removed as Speaker and Mojisola Lasbat Miranda was elected in his place. This leadership change caused turmoil within the House and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC in Lagos. Following Obasa's removal, Onofeko was also dismissed and Babatunde Otun was appointed as acting clerk. In the case marked NICN/LA/23/2025, Onofeko sought an interim injunction preventing the defendants from recognizing or appointing anyone, including Otun, as clerk until a decision was reached on the interlocutory injunction already filed. Justice Emen Isowe, granting the request, ruled that Otun should cease functioning as clerk and that the status quo before the assembly's leadership crisis should be restored. The parties involved must maintain peace and revert to the previous state of affairs until the motion on notice is heard and restored. A Sowe ordered the judge scheduled the hearing for the motion on notice for March 3rd, 2024. That's the situation in Lagos State again. This Obasa issue has already, escalated so much. It has a lot of different ripple effect. I think what the enemy of Obasa want to do in Lagos State House of Assembly is to uproot him completely. His influence, his tentacles, his chariots, his followership, even his army. They want to empty the man completely. But then the constitution has protected the man. Even if he is not a speaker, he remains a member of the House of Assembly. So no matter how they try to remove all of his loyalists, he is still in the house. He can still regroup. He can still call his people together and still make a formidable army. And also there is need for us to understand the situation. Of course, Miranda is also skeptical about whatever she inherited from Obasa, because she knew, truly speaking, that their loyalty will surely will have been towards Obasa. But then she has been a deputy to this man. I think to some extent she should be able to know few things, even not all, about all the foot soldiers and the supporters of Obasa. Well, there is possibility too that she may not know. But if we look at it in the scenario in which they had to replace Mr. Olalekan with Mr. Otun, we are looking at a situation whereby even Miranda is trying to gather his own force, his own team, his own loyalists. So even to the level of the clerk and every other secretary that may be working in the Lagos State House of Assembly. I am not blaming them, but then wherever things are to be done, you are supposed to do it within the purview of the ambit of the law. They are lawmakers. There's another thing again. Mr. Olalekan, who happens to be the clerk of the house, is a civil servant. You don't just remove him and make him redundant and probably you want to take his livelihood from him. No, we don't have to do that. Let him serve his term, and if his term ended, he should leave and go back to the civil service as it were. But here we have the the House of Assembly Civil Service Commission, House of Assembly Service Commission on its own standing too. So I understand with Mr. Olalekan very well. He needs to fight this to a standstill. Mr. Olalekan Nofeko, very good. He has approached industrial court and they have already granted an interlocutory order that that man should still remain, and then until after the hearing, of course, the submission can be given. Only God knows what might have warranted it, but we are just thinking it's a political move because Obasa is out. All of his kitchen cabinets and everyone that I work with him should also be booted out. But they shouldn't forget the civil servants are always there. Soldier goes, soldier come. They remain. We are not supposed to boot them out at all. We have to be very careful because what goes around comes around. The situation now is that Miranda himself probably she's going because of the zoning configuration that Lagos State is using in order to balance power. Power must go to Lagos West now. So Mr. Otunla has approached the, I mean, Mr. Onofeko, um, Olalekan has approached the court and is asking the court to make sure that he remains the clerk. The other man, Mr. Otun, that was asked to be acting, shouldn't even answer at all because there is no reason for it. Well, when the court start hearing the case as from March 3, then we are going to see how the outcome of the whole case will be because it's essential. Of course, the law has given us leeway. If you have your grievances against any matter, you have every right to approach a court of law. That's the one that is under the law, and then make your case, and then the court of law can begin to hear you and probably do give you justice, and it is also applicable for all and sundry. I appreciate that, but then the effect of what has happened to Obasa is so mighty, so magnanimous. Apart from this man, only God knows who again in the Lagos State Civil Service Commission, is it Lagos Assembly Service Commissioner, that might have been affected because it's as if they are trying to do this thing like a do or die affair. Obasa is trying to scheme his way back even into the house and remains the speaker, while the woman who happen to have been holding the mace now is guarding the door, making sure that Obasa doesn't come in at any point in time. We other side have those who support them. One way or the other, some party will be suffering while some will be enjoying. But the reality remains that Miranda want to make sure she retain the office and Obasa is not allowed to come in. So if two elephants are fighting, the general saying is that the grass will suffer. But please, Miranda and Obasa should be very careful not to hurt the people around them because of their quest for power. I don't want to use any word that will be derogatory to them. Yes, it's good to want to be ambitious, but it's also has to come with a lot of caution so that you don't hurt those who you ought not to hurt. And let's wait and see what the court will give as judgment as the day goes by. Make sure you visit so as to hear even the highlights and the new information as it coming. Remember to subscribe. Thank you and give us your thumbs